So, I mean, even though I do get the numbers over there, like if I just do the hashtag and somebody just see it, and I'll get traffic coming to the channel. But I was like, what am I paying for 400? That would be rich of me, right? I only got 400 followers, and then I'm sitting up here paying for a blue check mark. Girl, I'm not doing it, okay? My girl, Monique is in the house. Let me go ahead and get the setup together. Hey, girl.
Hi guys.
Hey. So we are back. I just made the little church announcements that we have to go at 6 now that my son had, y'all cousin got kickboxing class Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7.
Okay.
So it kind of messed up my little thing. And then also too, we're going live with Brillo tonight for the ladies' night. So,
I'm gonna see if I can. I actually might be able to. I got
okay.
them. Yeah.
Let me know. I'll send you the link. I'll send
Yeah.
you.
I'm gonna text them now. Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that
Okay.
because he didn't tell me he switched to Thursday.
Yes. Candy. This episode, Chef's Kiss. I don't have no complaints because we need to have these conversations. These conversations are necessary. Um, I kind of want to pat everybody on the back because I feel like, except for Marquez, okay, we not patting him on the back because
He gets
he
no
needs
love.
to get the boot.
He
Somebody,
gets no love.
no love over here, okay?
Absolutely not. Shh.
Yes,
Gets
yes.
no
And
love.
I was just talking about Nell and how I was saying no shade to her, but when you look stressed, you wear it on
She
your body,
wears it.
on your face. You can see it. And I was telling them about, how your cortisol level goes up, your stomach, you get belly fat, all of these things,
All of that.
all over your face. And I was like, this was just a stark trash contract. And because male, I said money making male, I'm making all that money. I'm smiling and I'm happy too, girl.
Yeah.
So listen, I was just like, let's go ahead and have the conversation. Let me have your thoughts on male mentoring the men.
Mhm. Yeah. It just shows you that in life you're never too old to receive advice.
Mhm.
And I'm really Joel's sleeping. Joel's sleeping. He's sleeping. Um, so I'm glad that Mel was able to hold her accountable in a loving way.
Mhm.
Like she and Mel gave grace in the confessional because she knows that Nell comes from an older generation.
Baby boomer.
Therapy just became accepted and talked about like 5 o'clock yesterday. So we have to give grace. We can't expect everybody to immediately follow suit and jump on the bandwagon. We just started talking. I'm sorry. When I'm not gonna go back that far. I'm gonna even go back to college. When I was in college, I graduated college, should I say 2013, 2014. We weren't talking about no mental health. We were not talking about no therapy. And that was
Right on.
2014. So we can't, she from, not to age shame, but she's much older.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's from that generation
My generation.
that
So
puts a stigma on therapy.
exactly.
Like,
So
and
I'm
it's just
glad.
like any other doctor, just like a doctor that you go get your feet checked, the doctor that you go get your teeth done. It's just another doctor that deals with your head,
And
so your head and your
I
heart.
get why it's such a, it damn sure but shouldn't be taboo now in 2024, but I
Yeah.
don't get, just like Nita just said, you go to the doctor for literally everything else in life. Why would you not go to the doctor for your
For
mental?
your mental. Right. Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, so I love that she gave it to her in a tender way and
Yes.
just like you said, um and in a way that she knows how nail her temperature is. So she knows how to say things. And I can attest to that because maybe that could come from her church background and stuff like that. But I want to equate that to some of the things that she's learned in therapy. So that's what
Oh,
I say about
melody. Yes. Mm-hmm.
so yeah, and so yeah, she was just very, very, and she was just trying to let her see all angles. She was like, and if your children come, because even when Nell was having a conversation and all of the children was saying that you need to have your individual, I ain't doing that.
I don't
I
need
ain't doing
therapy.
that. I was like, girl, what is going on? Girl, you would think somebody said go to the electric chair. What is
I think it was twofold. I think it was her stigma against therapy. And then it was also, she was thinking, how dare y'all? She's like, I brought y'all here. This was an intervention for y'all. This
right?
wasn't no intervention for me.
Right.
So when they incorporated her in the conversation, she really took offense.
Yeah, she got defensive. And being a parent and how much you sacrifice for your kids and stuff like that. So when someone points out something about you, it does hit a little different because you know what you've done for the children and stuff like that. And I understand. I have done it. I'm guilty of being defensive as well. Um, However, my son has gone on record saying that I don't take his side. And I said, Kevin, I look at all sides. Yes, I'm your mother. I don't know why I don't agree with that whole having somebody's back in their wrongness. Like
No, I don't agree with that at
I
all.
just can't do that.
I've never subscribed to that ideology. I think that
Right.
actually is very damaging, and
Yeah.
that's how you end up enabling
And
people.
right. And which I fear that is the core issue of her problem. So if she found out how she was enabling her children, and now that she has to set these boundaries, and she's probably afraid to do it, and then even we'll get there. We'll get there.
Let's
Let's
keep
wrap
going, yeah,
this up.
because there's a
Let's wrap
lot to
this up.
talk
Okay.
about.
So yeah, so we get to Dr. Francis. Thank you for Dr. Francis, y'all. I love me some Dr.
Me
Francis.
too.
And I felt like he cut through all the minutia. It felt like he just like intuitively knew that Nell was some type of issue in this whole thing, or in this whole unit. Now the kids, Lance in particular, was saying that when she communicates with them, it's more like a tongue thrashing, like she's getting on their case, like they're trying to talk to her, even in the therapy session. They're trying to talk.
He
See, he can't even get his sentence
his
out.
sentence out. Just to add, he basically said when they talk to her, she listens to
To,
respond and not to actually listen. Like before he is able to finish a sentence, she already has a response.
exactly. And we saw it. It was on display. We saw it. She did it several times. I'm not even gonna say a couple of times. She did it several times. He was like, see. And I was just like, dang, your kids just want to be heard. They just want to be heard, validated, and encouraged or something, not just always bringing the hammer down, trying to do the tough love and all of that stuff. Yes, we know that you taught them right from wrong now. These children are trying to get out there and do it themselves, and you have to give them some grace. I know
Absolutely.
they want to, I know they can get on your nerves because shit, how many she got? Four? Tugging at her, like I get it. I get it. But then at the same time, those are your children. And you have to do what you have to do to make sure you're okay in order to receive and be able to give and receive from your children.
And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if it's just me, but I felt like Dr. Francis went a little bit easy on Nell.
Mhm.
I don't
He
I
did.
don't he I can't really say he didn't really check her. He was enlightening her, but I just felt like he went because she cut up in that therapy session. And,
She did.
I felt like he went very soft on her.
Yeah. But I felt like you don't want to do too much because then
Not the first session, no.
the shell will start to, he's still trying to keep her open. He probably can clock her age, know that
Yep.
she's the baby
Mhm.
boomer, and she probably didn't even want to do it at all.
Yeah,
So
let's
he probably was just like, okay, let me just,
be a little
but
bit more delicate this first session with her, and
exactly.
because I think he definitely saw that she contributes to the problems.
Mhm.
But
For
yeah, like you said, he probably was like, okay, let me
for
handle this with with tender love and care.
And also too, did you see how she kind of threw Chris underneath the bus in the therapy session as well? I was like, oops.
She always do.
He probably like, but Chris is a good sport. He sits up there, he takes it on the chin. He knows how Nell is. He's used to it. He's her yin to her yang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he doesn't
And she can't
sweat
get mad at
small
him. And if
stuff.
you get mad at him, that's your own insecurity. Meaning, I like that Chris, I can't remember if it was this conversation or earlier, because everything kind of fused in together. But I liked that he said to her, or he said out loud, like, he's like, I talk to them. I was like, he's like, we say the same things. I tell them the same things. We reprimand and say the same thing. It's just the delivery and how we say it.
Right.
It's
Right.
not like I don't even like good cop, bad cop. I don't even like that term because it's not like he's pacifying them. It's not like he's not telling them or agreeing with his wife. It's just his delivery is softer.
Mhm.
So like one of the sons who is very cute with the hat, he said in the previous, he's very handsome. He said in the previous episode, he's like, look, dad talks to me, but dad lets me get out everything first. He lets me get it off hey, Monique, he lets me get it off my chest first. And then he has then he gives me his point of view and scolds me or whatever it is. But like Chris lets the kids kind of express themselves versus now they get half a sentence out and it's boom, boom,
Yeah. Yeah. It's very unfortunate. She definitely needs a couple of lessons in emotional intelligence and emotional regulation and stuff like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
I said, I feel like there's you know how people will drain your energy. If you allow them, they will drain your energy and stuff like that.
Yes.
I feel like there's like, now she has to say no, but at the root cause of it, we got to find out why were you enabling them? Why were you so hesitant to say no? Now, a lot of times people say, if I got it, my kids got it. You know what I'm saying? So, that's kind of like how, the mentality is like, we don't want our children to struggle if they don't have to. But
And
at the end of the
I
day, what
like
does that teach them? Does it teach them a lesson in, getting, saving, and, priorities and responsibilities? Did you teach that as well? So,
look, I'm not a parent yet. And one thing I've learned, there is no handbook, no rule book to parenting. There
mhm,
is no perfect way to parent. However, and I'm not saying it's easy. It's not easy, but there is a way. Black people. I'm talking to Black people because I don't have this conversation with my other foreign friends. It's Black people. We have this issue. I want Black people to know there is a way to provide and help your children while also teaching them responsibility, independence, the value of a dollar, all those things. It is possible. I'm not saying it's easy. It's a fine line, and you may have to do a little sing and dance before you get there. But I just don't like that Black people act like it has to be, oh, you got to get out the mud. You got to struggle. I don't get the mentality of, it's the same thing with Todd Tucker. I love Todd Tucker from Housewives of Atlanta. Candy's husband. Todd and Candy are the perfect example. Two wealthy, rich people who both came from hard upbringing, two different mindsets. Todd felt like his daughter, Kayla, had to struggle and get out the mud. And Candy's like, well, why does she have to? She don't have to.
right.
You can still teach responsibility. You can still compromise with, okay, Kayla, I'm going to help you with your phone bill and your car insurance. You're going to be responsible for your car note and any clothes. And there's a way to, and she still could have had her job. Todd still could have said, you're going to have a job. You're going to have to foot most of the bill. I will help you with two of your bills. I'm just saying there's a way, Black people. We do not have to make our kids struggle because we struggle. That is some 1950s bullshit, and no one else fucking thinks that way. I have Asian friends, I have Indian friends, I have Middle Eastern friends. Nobody else thinks like that but us.
Right.
Sorry. Like
Right. But then,
to the degree that we do that. So
right. Right.
again,
But then on the flip
balance.
side,
All I'm saying is there's a balance.
right.
There's a balance. I'm not saying you're gonna find it overnight. There is a balance.
Yeah.
I
And
would
then also too, you want to make sure you don't create the entitled.
But that's what I'm trying to say, y'all. It's a balance.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen it.
Because I think that's why people, you see, you see both sides of it. You see both sides
I
of
see
it.
both sides to an extent, definitely.
Yeah.
Nell and Chris have a very unique dynamic.
Yeah.
And there's things that we just don't know. That's why I think a lot of us viewers have a big question mark, like, okay, I'm not gonna say because they're of a certain age, because I'd be a hypocrite. I'm a certain age and my parents still help me because I'm a single woman on my own. In today's economy, it's not the easiest. So yes, my parents do help me from time to time.
Mhm.
However, I think with them, what's a little bit more alarming is that there's so many of them. And it sounds like, okay, so none of them have their shit to get, like everybody's struggling. Like you got to help all 5 of them, grown ass, like everybody needs help. Like that's
I
the thing.
know.
It's like, okay, well, where did it's a 1 or 2. Okay. Everybody.
Yeah, I think Kayla is okay. I think Kayla is okay. I think Lance did a little bit of struggling, but he has his own business, so he's on the right course. And then Chris, he's picking himself up out of a depression,
Mhm.
and he got a job. He secured a job. He said he has a pretty high position or whatever, supervisor, and
Okay.
stuff like that. And Kiki, I remember her saying that she had to help Kiki with childcare, so she had her working at the place and stuff like that. So she's helping them. And as long as they continue to help themselves, I feel like I think there's a pathway too, because you could tell that there's love there. They love their mother. They love her.
Mhm.
Absolutely. What Dr. Francis ended up doing in this session, and he broke it on down. He was like, she got this tough exterior, but she's delicate on the inside.
Mhm.
So that started to, crack at her little heart thing, whatever.
Yeah.
So he said, because he realized that she goes off on them, he was like, "This, I want you to say something nice about each
Yes.
one of your children. What are their strengths? I mean, I don't think she did the exercise correctly, because she just, talked to him like endearingly, talk, I love you, I'm there for you and stuff like that. But she didn't really specifically say anything that,
Specifics about
yeah,
them
it was
as
like
an individual.
hmm
But
but
I
all of
don't
them was in tears. All of them was in tears. Everybody was. I was just like, and then she ended up even hugging him, because the therapy session worked well. It went well.
it's just, and I don't want to talk too much about my personal life, but hey Moochie, I will just say it is hard when you grow up in an environment where someone is very abrasive and talks to you aggressively, and it feels like you can't do nothing right. You're always doing something wrong. You're getting nitpicked. It does weigh on you, on your self-esteem, your mental. It does a lot to you. And I think I'm not going to put all the blame on Nell, because I don't believe in, oh, parents are 100% to blame. No, but she is partial, or there's a percentage of blame that has to go to them, because it does mess up your self-esteem.
It
It
does.
does. If she poured more life into them and spoke more positively into them, she might see a different result
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
versus
And
always lashing out, critiquing them, criticizing them. What you're doing wrong? Why aren't you?
exactly. And Dr. Francis said, continue to fertilize your children with love. That's the only way they will grow. I said,
That is a word.
so hopefully she learned that lesson. All of them was in tears. Chris,
Yeah.
except for Chris. Chris was just sitting there chilling. You know what I'm saying? He just do his cool, calm,
Cool,
collect.
calm, collect.
Yeah, so that was good. And I'm glad she ended up enjoying the session and realizing ain't nobody about to cut your head off at the therapy session. Okay, girl?
Right.
Oh, girl.
Oh, Nita, hold on. Let me take a sip of water.
Listen, broken clock.
A
Keep
broken
eight.
clock. I'm gonna let you take this one. I'm gonna let you start this off, but I just want to say,
No, I already start off the first one. You start off this. You have to.
okay, who, um, guys. Now I don't have notes because Nita will agree. This was a very thorough conversation. But I remember enough to basically recap it. But let me start by saying, like Nita eloquently put, the broken clock, aka Marceau, ate Marquez up and left zero crumbs. I watched this episode with my mom and my sisters, and we both, not both, we all were looking at each other like, this is Marceau Scott. The Marceau Scott, who season one was such a bigot and like didn't wanted Tisha to be barefoot and pregnant in the house and didn't want Tisha to do nothing but watch the kids. And this is the same Marceau who told Tisha season one,
Those
you
your
left
kids.
me alone with the kids like for hours. Like, not the same Marceau who didn't know his child was allergic to peanut butter. This can't be. So you know what? One thing about me, I always embrace and encourage growth. Y'all know me. I'm fair. I'm as fair as they come. When I tell you I was literally throughout the scene, I was literally doing this in my living room because Marceau, I have never agreed with him more. I've agreed with Marceau a couple times in the past. I have. I think Nita has as well. It's very rare, but we have. I can't even put into words how refreshing it was to watch a Black man respectfully,
Yeah.
respectfully and rightfully so, check another Black man without feeling bad for it,
Right.
and held another Black man accountable, because that's one of my issues within the Black community. I feel like men don't always hold each other accountable,
Right.
and it was very refreshing to see Marceau do so. Now, I don't Marquez, I don't want to be rude. I don't know if he is, and God, y'all know I'm not trying to be funny because I am a mental health advocate. I'm not going to say the other word because that's offensive. I'm going to say I don't know if he has a disability or is lacked like basic comprehension or basic communication skills. Something up here isn't really clicking to the masses because, okay, boom. Let's get into it. His main issue with Trish and with Muscles is because Muscles stepped up as a man, helped take care of your wife and your kids, has actually financially and emotionally provided for your children.
Mm-hmm.
Your problem is that he moved into the house. Pause. Sir, Marquise, whatever your bald-headed ass name is. Let me get you together. And this nigga live in Atlanta. I really want to see. Never mind. He lives in Atlanta. Like Marceau said perfectly, the first thing out your mouth to, what's his name? Because I'm calling him Muscles. What's his name?
Ken.
Thank you. The first thing out your mouth to Ken should be a mother freaking thank you. A thank you. Because that Black man stood up where you failed. You failed your own children. You failed your children. It's not impossible. Okay, you and the wife fuck up and don't be together. Okay, we see it every day, baby. You was no one special. Guess what you do? You move out the house, you get you a condo, an apartment, a house across town, 30 minutes away from the kids. Easy, boom. No one told your bald-headed ass to move to fucking Atlanta. So you deserted your children. And then you want to sit up here 3 years later like Boo Boo the Fool and wonder why your daughter has resentment towards you? Are you fucking dumb? And you want to blame the mom and be like, oh, well, she wouldn't have thought that on her own. Trish, she must have got that from you. You must have put that in her head. Say what? And Marceau, again, Marceau was like, no, he's like, it's called intelligence. Like, she's old enough to feel feelings. She's old enough to realize my dad left me.
Right.
The mom don't got to put nothing in her head.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Exactly. You are not there, my guy. What don't you get about that? I don't understand. What don't he get about it? He left. He said you left your family, and then he was sitting up there talking about Kim was waiting in the wings. Can't nobody be waiting in the wings if you got the slot filled up.
Boom.
So you get to. I feel like you don't want to deal with this. She had 3 family, mom, dad, and sister, I believe, pass in a very short span of time.
His defense, Nita, was, well, he told Marceau,
I never had somebody die.
I never had someone die in my family, so I didn't really know how to be the motherfucker.
Honestly, look, it's plenty of Marquez's out there. I've seen them.
I think there are.
I've seen them. Him and Trisha seem like they're a little stunted, and whenever they got together or something like that, and maybe it was like some toxicity that was going on. They got together really young, had children really young, stuff like that. I don't know, but
Nita, something he might be. No, I don't want to say this comment. I don't want to upset nobody. I just think the light bulb is not fully on upstairs, because this is something that is quite logical.
Right.
Very logical.
Yeah. And he feels like he's entitled because those are his kids. Yes, those are your kids, but you can't go and abandon your kids for 6 years and then come back like this. Hey, what's up? What's up? What kind of?
I don't know what part of you left your kids is he. Marceau told him 5 different times, 5 different ways.
Exactly.
And this ninja still looked at him like Boo Boo the Fool and couldn't articulate it, or it didn't click. Right. You so worried about muscles and what the he's doing, and taking your daughter to daddy-daughter dance, and taking your son to and bought your son a car.
Yep.
You need to be saying motherfucking thank you.
Exactly.
But you jealous, nigga. Just say you jealous. Just say you jealous again.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's your fault because you left your family.
He's taking digs at him, calling them muscles and all this other stuff or whatever. And did you notice how the way he said the story to Marceau and the way he said the story to Trish, he called her a bitch in that conversation. But when he said it to Marceau, he said, you got to ask your girl that. And I was just like, why would he?
Oh, yeah, he did. He said bitch.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, you trying to throw a little something in the mix. And she know her man. She know Ken ain't calling her no bitch, especially not to you.
Especially not to you.
Right. And she was like, he said that. And he was like, yeah, getting all puffed up in his chest, but we ain't there yet. We ain't there yet. But
hold on. I still gotta I'll say this part for when he meets with her.
Trish. Okay. Yes, they were together since they were 18 years old. They didn't get a chance to explore life for real. Right. So he probably felt trapped. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
I don't give a damn.
These are your choices.
Mother truck. Exactly. That is no mother freaking I don't give a shit about none of that.
Right.
That don't mean nothing to me. Nigga, she was trapped too, and she still stayed loyal to your dusty ass.
Exactly.
Your damn mental health.
Right. There's a right way to do things and a wrong way to do things.
And that's the issue with men that I have. Y'all motherfuckers, I'm not talking to the good men. So good men, don't even come in here chiming in. If it don't fit, don't even speak.
Right.
I'm talking to the deadbeats. You mother truckers, I don't know who y'all think y'all are. and what type of audacity you have within your spirit and soul that you think you can just, oh well, I'm feeling overwhelmed, or I didn't want to be in this marriage, or I've been with you all these, I'm tired, I'm gonna leave. You don't think women want to fucking break? You don't
Right.
think women get fed up? You don't
Right.
think mothers fucking have nervous breakdowns and need a fucking break from life and their children? But do women get a chance to do that? No. No.
Yeah.
But you think you do, and then you think you still deserve some fucking respect after you
Right.
left willingly. Nigga, you didn't get shipped off to fucking Iraq for war. You willingly left your family. And then you come up with your chest puffed up, all this audacity, and you think you deserve respect and recognition?
Right.
Abandoning your
Right.
kids?
Recognition. They want a pat on the back for doing absolutely what they're supposed to do,
Thank
or
you.
nothing. Like it's still like it still feel like he want a goddamn cookie for some reason. Why does he feel like he's entitled to anything?
Anything.
It's
Like Mark
beyond me.
said, the first thing out your mother freaking mouth to that man should be a thank you. And this is how I know he's immature. This is how I know he is slow. This is how I know he lacks emotional intelligence. This is how I know he lacks regular intelligence. He doesn't see the good that Ken has done. He looks at Ken as competition. Now, y'all know I'm a straight shooter. I'm fair. The only I'm gonna give Marquez a small mustard seed. The only thing he might be able to have a valid gripe with is the fact that Trish was conversing with Ken while she was still married and while Marquez was still in the house. That wasn't right. It's not a good look. Like y'all was talking while you were still married, and then y'all end up to get it. It's not a good look, sis. But listen, sometimes blessings come in mysterious ways. Right, Nita? Sometimes
Right.
blessings come in Mr. And sometimes it's messy. Sorry, Marquez. I don't feel bad for you.
No.
Sorry. I don't. She didn't cheat. Now, was she, don't feel bad. Sorry, Pookie. Now, you can say was it maybe inappropriate for her to converse with Ken? Sure. But she ain't about to get scolded for it because look what happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was her blessed. Ken was a blessing.
Oh yeah.
In Trisha's life. And now that I've seen this thing we call a man, I guess, now that I've seen this, I think Trish needs therapy now because I wouldn't have been married to him for not a millisecond longer than I had to. I would have signed them. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, well, he can't sign the papers. What did other Milk Dud Scott say? What did Maurice say? He said, baby, you can get a divorce. It don't take no fucking fight. I don't care if the person refuses to sign a paper. You can get a freaking divorce.
Yes.
And this is the South. They're more lenient when it comes to divorce laws in the South. They're way more lenient than they are up north.
Yeah.
So, Trish.
Right. I'm like, you dodged the bullet, girl. Just go on.
Dodged the bullet. Sign the papers now.
ASAP. ASAP. And then this low down, dirty gonna ask for half.
For the legal legal
yes.
Nigga, get the fuck out of here.
$400.
So he broke.
He's been gone for 6 years.
And that y'all know he didn't pay no child support. You know he didn't pay no child support. He ain't paid nothing.
And then gonna ask her to put half on the goddamn divorce. Nigga, I would have, girl, do you know what kind of venom would have came? Girl, I saw red. You would have thought the devil sat in my lap when I heard him say, go half. Not that I don't have it.
You can't, no, it's not $400. It's not 400. You gotta be, no, you got that wrong. You got that right? They said that? They quoted it?
That's what they said.
I missed it?
That's what they said. Yes, we would take a Ken. That's a real man right there.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. It really angers me when people do this. And I know it comes from trauma and things like that, but there's so many women on this earth who are begging and crying to God for a man like Ken. And I'm not saying Trish doesn't deserve a man like Ken, because I think she does.
Yeah.
But what she's doing is what a lot of humans do, and we let our trauma and our past dictate our future and get in the way. And thank you, Nita. That's the word I really wanted to use. And sabotage. And you're basically making Ken suffer.
The ball.
Yeah. Because of this thing that you were married to, this thing. I don't even want to call him a man, because he is only a man because he has a penis. As far as character and integrity, he is no man to me. I would marry Ken tomorrow. Yeah. Especially he stood up and took care of my fucking kids.
Exactly. And that's why I don't think Ken doesn't deserve to be treated the way Trish treats him.
No, I don't feel like Trish appreciates him the way that he really deserves to be appreciated.
Exactly.
And he's on TV now. Be careful, boo-boo, because them bitches gonna be coming for him. I'm trying to snatch him up. You better be careful, Trishy Poo. You better marry him ASAP.
Yeah. Shayna said it. She said Trish is gonna lose Ken. She's gonna fumble him if she don't fold these papers.
And she would be the dumbest bitch on this earth.
Stop being. She's not being cheap to me. I would have paid for the whole thing. I would have. It would have been done.
I don't know
if we're talking about this man right here, this nigga right here.
I would have divorced him in 0.5 seconds. I wouldn't have been able to divorce him fast enough.
Exactly. So I'm still trying. She's like, oh yeah, and we got to resolve that too, because it's just a piece of paper or something. I was like, okay. So first of all, it sounds like you just don't even respect it. One, and then two, like, I mean, I don't know. I was like, they both have like a little disconnect going on, where like I'm like, why are you moving like this, Trish? Well, you got this right here, like, girl, what?
It don't add up, Nita. It don't add up.
He came on the screen looking foolish. He came on the screen looking like forehead, Sunny. Came on here
worse than Sunny, baby.
Loud and wrong. I'm not understanding. It's a mess.
I don't know who be dating him in Atlanta, but hopefully y'all see this and now y'all know what kind of man y'all dealing with, because this ain't nothing I would ever want.
Right. I mean, he a little good on the eyes, but girl, I'm telling you,
as soon as he opens up,
be the dumbest ones. I'm telling you, as soon as they open their mouth, girl.
Ladies, once you reach 30, you cannot date for just looks. I'm not saying date no ugly nigga, but I'm just saying you cannot date just for looks, because you date just for looks, you end up with a motherfucker like this.
Right. Exactly.
Beauty and no brains.
No brains at all. Because they never had to. They clearly got by on their looks. And this is where we are with it. And girl, we too old.
Has he always been this slow? I know common sense ain't that common. And I know stupid is what stupid does. But we've watched this show for 5 seasons. You know it's bad when someone like Marceau has to speak intelligence into you. Know it's bad when Marceau has to check you and get you right and is making full sense. Like, I agreed with everything Marceau said. Everything. And you can tell in the conversation, you can tell by Marceau's reaction and his facial expressions that he was genuinely taken aback by how dumb Marquez was. Am I the only one? Because I saw it. Like, you could tell in the moment Marceau was like,
yeah, he was frustrated. He was looking like, nigga, you understand what I'm saying?
He was flabbergasted. He was really taken aback. Like,
are you understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yeah, you see,
we're speechless, as you can see. I mean, not really, but I mean,
I gagged. I really, y'all should have. I wish I could have recorded my reaction when I watched that, because my jaw was. I had to. pick up my job because
I get it, girl. But y'all, I'm sorry, I have to go.
and we wrapped it up, right?
It's
That was
almost 7.
yeah.
It's wrapped. And
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, are you watching Family Empire Houston?
I'm not, but I heard it's good. My older sister is, and she said it's good. I'm gonna try. I don't even know how I'm gonna do it in my schedule, but I'm gonna try because I heard it is good. Do you like it?
Yeah, love it. Love it. It's 3 episodes in.
Okay.
But yeah, y'all. So I have to thank you, Miss Sharon, for joining in the chat.
Yes, thank you,
Girl,
Sharon.
take a sip for me. Happy hour. Hey, boo.
What up, Brillo?
What
Brillo,
up,
I
Boo?
texted you.
I'll see you at 8.
I'm gonna see you too.
Yes, y'all. So sorry, I have to run up off of here. But y'all, you know how we get. How we
You know
get
how
when
it
we
is,
start
baby. Life, we be
talking about the people. All right, y'all. Thank God his place is only 5 minutes up the road.
oh, perfect.
Cool. So we'll see y'all next week, y'all. Bye.
Bye.